Welcome back to another episode of On the Red Carpet with Allison. I am so excited. My guest today was Danielle Kaliha. She is an aspiring artist. She's in Nashville right now to pursue her music career. Here's our conversation.
I want to jump right in. I'm so excited to get to talk to you about your music career.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you so much for having me because I was so excited when you reached out, and it's an honor to be on for sure.
Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Let's jump right in. Talk to me about your love for music.
So this all started, believe it or not, when I was 3 years old. So I started singing in a little country church in Tompkinsville, Pennsylvania. And it all started because I was this loud and boisterous 3-year-old that was at Sunday school one day, and they were looking for somebody to sing in the Christmas pageant. And no one would volunteer except for me. And I was like, I'll do it. I don't know what I'm singing. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll do it. And it was Angels Among Us by Alabama. They gave my mom,
Love it.
all the lyrics and everything, and I, of course, like, I couldn't read yet, so I needed help with all of that. And I remember, I know it's crazy because I'm 29 now, but to think back at that, I remember standing on the altar and thinking, this is so cool. I love this. And even practicing, I can recall, like, with my mom, and it was something that I absolutely loved. And I left that day at church, went to my parents, and I said, I want to be a singer. And they were crazy enough to believe their 3-year-old and roll with that all of those years. And, here we are today. And then fast forward to about 9 years old, I started to professionally sing. And then at 12, for the first time, came to Nashville, fell in love with country music because I'm actually classically trained. I started doing Broadway and theater, and
Wow.
I was given the opportunity to have a role on Broadway around when I was about 10 years old. And my parents left it up to me. They were like, if you want to do this, then we'll go all in and we'll do this. And there was just something that, as much as I loved it, I was like, something just doesn't seem right. And I was raised on country music, always loved country music. When I was about 12, is when my parents said, hey, you want to go to Disney or you want to go to Nashville? And I was like, I want Nashville. Like,
Oh,
let's go
duh,
to Nashville.
Nashville.
Yeah.
Not even a question.
And
Not even a question.
right, so we went to Nashville for the first time. I started studying with my vocal coach at the time, and from there everything just fit like puzzle pieces. It was like, I knew that that's where my musical home was going to be. And fast forward all these years, now it's my actual home. And so yeah, this started a long time ago. And like I said, my parents were crazy enough to be like, hey, you want to do this at 3? And honestly, Allison, like, nothing has changed. I never veered from it. I never stopped and was like, no, I think I want to do this or I want to do that. It was always this.
That's crazy to me. Like the parallels, like I'm listening to you talk and I'm like, oh, so it's always that little girl in the choir because I sing it in the church choir. I did the theater, I did the Broadway, and now I'm here. And
Yeah.
I was saying this when I was on PA Live. I was like, it's so funny because I didn't know what I wanted to do. Like I went through all kinds of jobs, like
Sure.
phlebotomy. I wanted to be an undertaker. We won't talk about that. And my parents were like, why did this not hit you in the face? Like why was it
It
even
was
a
always
question of what you
there.
wanted to do? It was always there.
Yeah.
So I completely get it. Now you just moved to Nashville or you've been there a while?
Yeah, no. So we actually, as of tomorrow, it'll be 3 weeks. So like we're
Wow.
this is right after Thanksgiving. We moved, and like I said, we've been coming here since I'm 12. So there's something about Nashville that has been a second home to myself this entire time. And it was just a no-brainer. It was just kind of a culmination of perfect timing. I mean, my parents always said that that's how it was going to go. Like, even when I was younger, when I was in high school, like, didn't necessarily want to uproot everything. My parents were both business owners and entrepreneurs my entire life, so we had a lot of ties to NEPA, family and everything. And it was just always when the time was right. And that just happens to be now. Everything kind of fell into place. It was a lot traveling back and forth constantly. And now, next year, my fiance and I are getting married here, and my parents just
Oh,
retired. So it was perfect timing for them too. And we have a lot of plans for 2026 in my career, and everything just kind of aligned perfectly to make this home finally.
we're going to talk about your career. That's really the main focus. But I really want to know, you grew up here in NEPA, so did I.
Yeah.
How different is NEPA from Nashville? Like, tell me the vibes.
Oh my gosh. So it's funny because for as long as we have been coming here, it's different actually living here, right? Like, I mean, it's one thing to go somewhere for a week or 2 weeks or whatever, a couple days. Like there's been times where I've flown in just for a couple days for events or anything. And it's crazy because Nashville is so much bigger, right? Than like, I mean, I grew up in German, Pennsylvania, which is a super small town. There's like 2,200 people, I think, in my hometown. And so very small, but what's crazy about Nashville is it's so much bigger, yes. But it also is like so much of a small town vibe. Like everybody knows everybody. And literally within this 3 weeks of even being here, I mean, we do have friends down here, and I have obviously colleagues and everything down here already. But beyond even just people that we meet, it's like, oh, this person at this pizza place knows this person who is like cousins with this person who so it very much intertwines with NEPA in that way. But also obviously so much different too, right? Like it's so much bigger, and we're still trying to, speaking of pizza, we're still trying to find a good pizza place, It's we're
Listen,
spoiled in NEPA.
I will send you a care package with the Middlesworth, the
Oh
tasty
my
cakes.
gosh. Please, yes.
I want to know, how many famous faces have you seen in your last 3 weeks?
If I'm being completely honest with you, we haven't seen anyone yet. But we've also been in the house for a lot of those 3 weeks doing a ton of unpacking.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. I could
In
not
all
imagine.
fairness, but that's another thing about Nashville. I mean, everybody lives here, so it's their home too. And there's also like this kind of unwritten rule about Nashville, and that's what I love so much about it, how it kind of differs from like even LA vibes and everything. Like everybody's just a person, like everybody lives here just the same. And it's like somebody could be in Kroger or Publix or like Trader Joe's grocery shopping, and it's just like it is what it is, like there's no big frenzy made, or there's no like. So I think that's what's really cool too. It's just a very laid back, chill kind of town, even during rush hour, which is crazy. Like everybody's letting everybody in nice. And it's like, wow, okay,
Not on the
no
NEPA
honking, no.
roads. So let's get into it. Talk to me about your music career. Like, where are we?
Yeah, so I mean, we're at a point right now where it's been a little bit since I've released new music. So obviously, I've been writing a ton. There's been a lot going on in my life, and I'm somebody that loves to pull from my own personal experiences as far as writing goes. I love to, of course, I mean, I'm a songwriter. I love to make things up as I go too. I like to pull from other people's lives, and like I said, there's been just a lot over the past really year going on of big and wonderful things that I've had the opportunity to pull from. So I've been writing a lot. So new music is going to be coming, of course, which I'm really excited about because it's just kind of a whole new chapter in my life. I keep saying that, and my mom keeps telling me, she's like, you need to write a song about that, like the next chapter or something like that, because it's so true that it's just like there's this whole new chapter that's opening up in so many different ways, and that I'm so excited about. So for sure, new music. And we've been working on something called the Positive Youth Tour too, which is something that's so near and dear to my heart. It's an anti-bullying tour that I created back in NEPA, actually. And initially through Lackawanna County Drug and Alcohol Board, they were the first ones on board with it. And from there, this just kind of grew. I mean, it's basically I go into elementary schools, middle schools, high schools. I talk about how I dealt with bullying growing up because I was always kind of doing something different, so it was hard for others to relate to me. It kind of put a big target on me for that.
Hmm.
So, you know, it's something that's really near and dear to my heart, like the anti-bullying mission and just mental health in general, and
Yes.
just kind of, I don't know, being authentic and being real and letting people know that that's okay. So the Positive Youth Tour is something that is so special to me. So we have a lot of plans for that. We want to bring on some more sponsors and bigger sponsors for that. And like I said, basically how that runs down is I talk about anti-bullying, my whole mission with that, how I dealt with it, how I still deal with it today, because it doesn't stop. When you're in the public eye, it unfortunately doesn't stop.
It
And
gets
then
20 times worse, trust
yes,
me.
yeah, right. Exactly. And I think it's so important for not only the youth, but just everybody, honestly, no matter what your age is, no matter where you're from, what you're going through, like to just have that reminder that other people go through this. And if I could get through it, you could get through it. And then my band comes out and we put on a full-blown concert for everybody. And for some of these kids, it's their first concert experience. And honestly, Allison, it is one of the every time I talk about it, I get like chills because it's one of the coolest things that I've gotten to do in my career thus far. Like I've been really blessed with a lot of different opportunities and a lot of cool things, but this is something that's super near and dear to my heart. So, our goals for that is to make it a nationwide tour and to bring it to just schools everywhere. Like I said, we started an NEPA with it, and now, especially with moving, like we have this opportunity to grow and just to, like I said, bring on bigger sponsors and get as far as we can with this and reach as many students. And even when I say students, it goes beyond that because I have teachers that message me after
Yeah.
that are like, hey, you know, I'm a full-grown adult and I still deal with this, and just thank you. Like, you know, you kind of gave me a little bit of motivation and empowerment that it's okay to not be okay, or it's okay, like there is another greener side to look towards. And so that's something that's super, super important to me and really on the radar for the next coming year as well.
I love hearing how passionate you are about it. And I want to say to you, like, it's so important because you're right. Like, there are so many people struggling who, like, are embarrassed of their struggle, but they do need to know that, like, speak about it because that really does help. Now, in your music, you mentioned you bring your band out. Do you have songs like that relate to your mental health struggle or?
Oh, 100%. I mean, there's songs even that like they're not necessarily you know, like Jokes on You, for instance, is a song from not my latest EP, but from my album 11. And that's a song that it's super upbeat. It's kind of like a snarky and sassy song, but like if you read between the lines, it's just kind of like there's so many different ones. Head for Home is another one that's really, really special to me.
Mhm.
Just kind of all about like, you know, no matter what you're going through, no matter what your struggles are, like we've all been in that place before, and there's a place that you can go to. And it's really interesting because Head for Home doesn't necessarily have to be a place. It could be a person. It could be whatever, an activity for you. Like if music is your home, like that, if a person is your home, it's interesting to hear people's stories and how they relate to all of that too.
Danielle, I don't even have words right now because the message behind your music and your um awareness isn't even the right word. Like you just left me speechless because this is a beautiful thing that you're doing for mental health, for bullying, for all that stuff. So I wish you the best of luck with that. I want to learn more. Tell me about your band. Let's walk through your bandmates and the fun times there.
Yeah, so I mean, I have just had the privilege of working with absolutely incredible and amazing musicians, like right from the get-go, honestly. This all started, I used to go out before I had a band or anything, I would literally have tracks on a disc and they would be like karaoke tracks, right? And I was going around at like 11, 12, 13 years old, and local bands would allow me to come and like open for them at their
Wow.
bigger shows at fairs or at like Genetti's in Dixon City when it was Genetti's, and Fiorelli's, like just a bunch of different places like that. And that's where that all kind of started. And then slowly as time went on, they would let me come up and like play a song with them or, things like that. And then it was like, okay, it's time to actually build this out and have like work with musicians of my own. And like I said, I've just had such a privilege of working with amazing musicians in both in NEPA and here in Nashville combined. And as of recent, the Dante Ciccarelli has been the drummer in my band. Ed Sankis has been the lead guitar player. My fiance Matt has actually been our fill-in bass player as well
Oh,
too.
I was gonna ask. Are we doing the husband fiance thing, or
So he's not a bass player by trade. That's not what he does. He's actually becoming an engineer right now. So that's what. But
very
he was,
different?
yeah, very different, right? But he's a jack of all trades, and so we've known each other since high school. So he hopped into the band about, I want to say like 2019, something like that. And it was just supposed to be a little fill-in thing, but then he's been here, ever since. And then he's going to, now that we're in Nashville, he's gonna like slowly kind of back out of the bass player. And he's like, I just want to go back to being like on the side of the stage or like
He's like, I just want to be your biggest fan. That's all
yeah,
I want to
right.
be.
He's like, I just want to go back to that. Like that's my mom is always there, like doing a bunch of stuff, and Matt and my dad are always there, like running around and everything. And like somehow Matt and my dad always end up either at the back of a venue watching or like somewhere backstage, and they'll always find a good green room too. Like that's
But you know what? It's so good you say that because I have a family who is like all in this. So it's like I have a roadie, I
yeah.
have
Oh yeah, it's great.
a built-in fan, I have a momager. So it's
Yeah.
so
Oh,
good to
me
hear you
too.
have a momager
Yes.
too.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. But no, and it's wonderful to have that because and I have a Tasha too, who is a little 5-pound Maltese that I just showed you before. So
Yes, adorable. I
she has
have
to be first and foremost.
the biggest fan of
Oh yeah,
Danielle
of
is
course.
Tasha.
Of course, yeah. But
I
no, I
have
mean,
a big Bo. He is a purebred
oh,
yellow lab.
oh my
Yeah,
goodness, I
he's
love
massive.
oh,
He
oh
takes
my
up the
gosh.
bed, but he's mom's biggest fan,
Of
watching
course
when
he
she's on
is.
TV.
Of course he is. Yeah, for sure. I love that.
But what were you going to say? I didn't mean to interrupt. Just
No,
dog chat.
dog chat, right? No, I was just gonna say, having the family support, I mean, is everything because you need those people that know you behind this. I mean, I try to be as much of an open book as I can. Like, I love social media so much, and if you follow me on like Instagram or Facebook or anything like that, I mean, Instagram stories are like my absolute favorite. But because I just like bringing people into everyday life and just being authentic about everything because I think we need more of that on social media, going back to that too, because sometimes it tends to be a highlight reel and that's okay too, but we got to show that not everything is perfect all the time.
Right.
I mean, like, right now you see the really pretty tree behind me and like the mantle looks nice and everything, but also in front of me there's still moving boxes, like, and that's okay too, like, the
Yes.
priority was having the Christmas tree up, obviously, but it's just like, and I like to bring people into my everyday life because it's like everything isn't just like glitz and glamour and I'm not perfect. I'm not okay all the time. And like I said before, that's okay. And I think it's good to let people into that.
My big catchphrase, and I say it all the time in the newsroom, what you see is what you get with me. Like
I love that.
1000%. Like, if you have an opinion, and sometimes like I do need to watch myself, but it's like if you ask for my opinion, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm
You're
telling
getting
you
it.
what I think 1000%. And
Yeah.
if you don't like it, then don't ask my opinion.
Yeah. No, and I love that. Like honestly, I really do because I just think we need more of that. Like everybody is always just so worried about everything being so and listen, I'm a type A person. Like I really like everything
Me
to
too.
be like
Yes.
this, but it's okay that it's not. Like it's okay if, I mean, as much as like as hard as it is to be like, okay, my hair is really not doing its thing today or whatever, like I just think that it's important for people to see that side of you because
Right.
no one's perfect. Like it's okay.
Well, it's a good hair day for you today.
Oh, thanks.
I also want to say, like, the authenticity that you are showing me right now, I could only imagine how authentic you come across in your music. And that kind of takes me to my next question. Like, how would you describe your songs? Like, your tone? Like, are we getting pop? Are we getting ballads? Tell me
So
what Danny L's music is like.
So I like to do a little bit of both, to be honest with you. Like I love a good ballad, I really do. I love to sit down like at my piano, write a good ballad, but I also love, like I was talking about before, to do that like snarky, sassy song. Like I love like metaphorical writing and I love just having in both ways, like I said, in ballads and in like that kind of sassy tone of just telling a story. That is what my number one thing is. That's why I fell in love with country music, even just as a fan years ago. It's the story that it tells. There's something for everyone, no matter what. If you're,
1000%.
yeah, if you're sad, if you're mad, if you're just really excited about something, if you're in love, if you're brokenhearted, like whatever it is, there's something for everyone. So
And there's a country song for everything.
yeah.
Because honestly, like here's the thing, nobody in this newsroom, I'm throwing shade. Nobody in this newsroom likes country music. So
Oh,
like when there's
come
like a
on.
country award show on, I'll be like, oh look at like there's like Megan Moore, like
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
this person. And then they're like, oh, well, I'm sure they just sing about trucks, tractors, and beer. And I'm like, no, it's so much more. Like you
No,
just don't have the mental
no,
capacity to understand
no.
country music.
And that's the funny, like, I feel like there's still a thought like that, right? That, like, oh, it's just about like beer and tailgates and like that's it. And it's
Yes.
like, but it's
Yes.
not. Like, if you just delve a little bit deeper, and I mean, it's just so. To be honest with you, I've been told a lot, and 90s country is some of my favorite. Like 90s, early 2000s. I love like some good Faith Hill or like Martina
Okay.
McBride or but I also obviously love Kurt, like you just mentioned, Megan Maroney. Like she's having
Yes.
an incredible year right now. Like she's going out on a stadium tour next year, and I love
And
like Old
maybe Danielle
Dominion.
might open for her. Who
Hey,
knows?
I would be down for that. Yeah.
Megan, bring the collab. It's so
Yes.
funny. You grew up on Faith. My parents, from a very young age, I grew up on Carrie, Keith, and Kenny.
Love it. Love
But
it.
here's the thing, the country music you find by yourself, like when I was going through really dark times, I struggled with depression, I struggled with all of that mental health things. And I found Thomas Rhett during that time. I found Dan and
Oh,
Shay.
love Thomas
Like
Rhett. Love them too. Yeah.
all of their music like really helped me through those tough times. So there's
Yeah.
just something so special about the artists you find on your own, like when
Yeah.
you're coming into your music personality.
Yeah, you are so right about that. And I mean, just going back to that, first off, I'm sorry that you have dealt with that too, and but I mean, I'm so happy that you have seen, like I said earlier, like the greener side and you've seen the other
Thank
side.
you.
And I'm so happy to hear that. And it speaks volumes that music was a part of that. I always say that like music is just when words fail, music speaks. And I know that
Exactly.
that's such a common quote and it's on every like
But it's
Hobby
so
Lobby
true.
sign and but
I
but
love
it's
Hobby
so
Lobby. Don't just
oh,
Hobby
me
Lobby.
too. Me too. Believe me. I like please. But it's like I know that it's just so common, but it's so true. Like when words fail, music speaks. And like I said before, that song Head for Home that I wrote, home isn't always a physical place for somebody. It's things like that too. It's people or it's a song or I mean, you could listen to a song from 15 years ago and I'm sure it could take you right back to that place, like where you, whatever, in a high school dance or in a middle school dance or like
Yes.
whatever was going on at that time. You were heartbroken, you were happy, you were going through something big, or like it's so powerful.
1000%. And speaking of songs, I gotta ask, do you have a favorite song of yours? I know I'm sure they're all your babies,
Oh
but
my gosh. So that's such a hard question. It's one whenever I get asked, I'm like, and then
you could plead the
afterwards,
fifth.
yeah, and afterwards of being asked, I'm always like, man, why did I say that one? Or why did I say that one? Or it's really hard, and I not as like a cop-out answer to say this, but each song means something different to me. So I imagine I don't have kids, but you know how people say like, oh, you can't pick a favorite kid. It's kind of like that because each song just means something different. It comes from a different place in my life, whether it be one that I co-wrote, whether it's one I wrote by myself, or whether it's one that was like pitched to me or one that that someone else wrote. Like each one is just something so different from a different part of my life. So it's really hard to say.
Okay, I respect that answer. I totally respect that answer. For
Not a cop out, I
somebody,
promise.
no, we're pleading the fifth. We're just gonna say
Yeah,
we
that's
love all of Danielle's music.
it.
As somebody who is releasing new music soon, where can people stay up to date with you and all your adventures so when your new music comes out, they are ready, prepared, and ready to download it?
So social media is first and foremost, of course. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm at Danny Sings, DANISINGS. You can hop on over to Facebook as well. Find me, Danielle, just DANI-ELLE. I'm on TikTok too, of course. You know, Danny Sings 11. I am on there. And of course, my website too, DanielleSings.com. You can stay up to date with everything. You can follow me on Spotify and always check out Apple Music. You can stream me on all the different platforms that are available out there. But like I said, social media is usually the first to hear anything. Instagram stories, I'm on there every single day. So whatever's going on is usually there first.
Danielle, is there anything you want to say before I let you go?
I mean, I think just thank you so much, first of all, for having me on. Thank you for all of your support. I mean, you know, WBRE, WYOU 22 News has always just been so supportive of me. And I thank you guys so much for that, whether it be Chris on PA Live or, you know, Candace doing different interviews. She did an interview on me during the Grammys like years ago. And
Wow.
it's just like you guys have just been so supportive, and that truly does mean so much to me, whether I'm in NEPA or wherever I am in the world. It means so much to have that hometown support. So I thank you for taking the time to talk to me about my music and to share my story. And thank you for sharing with me too about yourself. And I just think it's amazing what you do as well.
Oh, thank
And
you.
just
You're
sharing the good
wonderful.
of the world too. You know, we need more of that. And
Yes.
so
Listen,
I
I'm
just,
so happy I got the entertainment podcast and not like the dark, gloomy
yeah.
doom and gloom of the newsroom every day.
Exactly. I mean, I understand that's a big part of it too, and you know, we do need that. But I just think it's amazing, like I said, what you do, just sharing all of the good and everything. So thank you, just from the bottom of my heart. I truly do mean that. And hopefully next time I'm in NEPA, or if you're ever in Nashville, you'll have to come out
Oh
for a
yeah,
show. You
we're
know,
hitting
like
each other up. We're
yes,
hanging
for
out.
sure. Absolutely, I love that.
Danielle, you are such a light, and 2822 News and, you know, the 2822 Now app is so happy to highlight you and your career. Keep doing amazing things, and I know this is not the last time you're going to be on the red carpet.
Oh, thank you so much, Allison. Again, it's been a pleasure speaking with you today, and I just appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much.
Best of luck to Danielle with all of her career highs, and I know she has such a promising future, and I'm so excited to hear more from her. As for me, you can always hear from me weekdays 2 to 3 p.m. on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire on the 2822 Now app. My episodes also go to YouTube the next day. You know the drill. Joey, that's another episode. Roll that outro.